Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is your favorite show, Daily Calls, a show that answers all your stock related queries. So, in case you're watching this show for the first time, this is where you can get all your stock queries answered by top market experts. Write into us on our WhatsApp number that's flashing on your screens. As far as your stock queries are concerned, along with them, do mention your name, location and your contact details. Alternatively, you can also log on to YouTube on Business Today and then on Daily Calls Live. You can actually look at the comment section and send us your questions over there. We'll be happy to answer some of those questions too. Let's welcome our guest on board who will be answering all your questions today. Jatin Geria, Technical Research Analyst at Mirae Asset Share Khan, is now joining in. Hi Jatin, warm welcome, good afternoon. Tell us first up, what do you make of the markets? One day down, one day up. That's the kind of scenario that's emerging as far as the markets are concerned. How does a trader really, probably make strategies in such kind of a volatile scenario?
Good afternoon, everyone. So, as far as our Mirae Asset Sharekhan research team outlook is concerned, we believe that the Nifty is undergoing a consolidation since last 4 to 5 trading sessions. We believe that overall the uptrend is still well and truly intact. Now, the big question arises how to handle this volatility. Now, we believe that the Nifty was a little bit overstretched on the upside, and now what we are seeing is that only the late entrants have now been moving out since last couple of trading sessions. So we still believe that 24 500, 450, wherein the 20-day moving average is placed, is likely to act as a very strong support. On the upside, 25, 100 is likely to act as a very strong resistance. So we believe that Nifty is likely to consolidate within this range of 24 500 to 25 100 on the upside. As far as the PCR data is concerned, it was at 0.47, so that is a little bit oversold. One interesting observation: despite the fall, the India VIX has not spiked up. So that indicates that more or less the fall of yesterday was, just a one-off, and we still believe that dips toward the support zone should be considered as the buying opportunity. So overall, we continue to maintain our positive stance on the Nifty and the overall broader market. Yesterday was a one-off day, but overall the uptrend is still intact.
Okay, our trend is intact. That's the view that's coming in. Let's quickly dive into some questions coming in from our viewers. We have Avdish Thakur, Sandeep Pancharya, Shubham Malik, Ankur Modi, all joining in on our YouTube with their questions. Warm welcome to all of you. Good to see you right at the start of the show. So let's start by taking some questions there. Avdish wants to know about Patel Engineering. He says, 52 पे 470 शेयर्स लिए हुए हैं इन्होंने पटेल इंजीनियरिंग के, और दूसरा शेयर भी है इनके पास पिरामल फार्मा का, जहां पर 240 पे 350 शेयर होल्ड करे हुए हैं। मीडियम टू लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए आपसे टारगेट्स मांग रहे हैं जतिन जी। पहला पटेल इंजीनियरिंग, जहां पर 52 के हिसाब से खरीदारी की हुई है, फिलहाल 41.9 पर चल रहा है, यानी कि इनको करंट लेवल से कुछ 10 रुपये प्रति शेयर, 11 रुपये प्रति शेयर तक के आसपास का नुकसान हो रहा है। अगर हम पिरामल फार्मा की बात करें तो यहाँ पर इन्होंने 240 के भाव से खरीदारी की हुई है। मीडियम टू लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए होल्ड कर सकते हैं क्या? किसी तरीके का ट्रेंड रिवर्सल या उम्मीद जहाँ पर एक तेजी आ सकती हो?
तो देखिए, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल पटेल इंजीनियरिंग की बात करूँ तो हमें लगता है ये स्टॉक अभी भी डाउन ट्रेंड में है। रिसेंट का जो पुल बैक आया था वो 48 के आसपास आके फिजल आउट हो गया है, और अभी तकरीबन 41.80 के आसपास ट्रेड कर रहा है। तो हमें लगता है कि इसमें 10 11 रुपए का, आई थिंक 9 रुपए का उनको लॉस हो रहा है। हमें लगता है कि ये स्टॉक में ये छोटा सा लॉस लेके उनको एग्जिट कर लेना चाहिए, क्योंकि हायर टाइम फ्रेम चार्ट्स पे ट्रेंड जो है वो अभी भी वीक है या तो नेगेटिव है। हमें लगता है कि आने वाले दिनों में ये इवन 36 तक स्लिप डाउन हो सकता है। इसके लिए मैं उनको एग्जिट करने की सलाह दूंगा पटेल इंजीनियरिंग में से। पीपीएल फार्मा की अगर जो मैं बात करूं तो पीपीएल फार्मा में भी अभी भी ट्रेंड थोड़ा वीक ही है। इसमें मुझे लगता है कि 190 से लेके 185 तक एक स्लिप डाउन हो सकता है। पुल बैक आया है, लेकिन वो अपने वीकली एवरेजेस के रेजिस्टेंस पे आके फिजल आउट हो गया है। तो ट्रेंड वीक है दोनों ही स्टॉक्स में। लेकिन अगर जो एक एग्जिट करने की सलाह रहेगा तो वो पटेल इंजीनियरिंग रहेगा।
ओके, गॉट दैट अवधीश। उम्मीद करते हैं आपको अपने दोनों ही सवालों के जवाब यहाँ मिल गए हों। नेक्स्ट हमारे पास संदीप पंचारिया का सवाल आया है। ही वांट्स टू नो व्हाट NBCC, he is already holding this stock at the rate of 109. He has about 319 shares there. After average, it's 109 levels that he has bought it at. So currently in profits, 112 is the current level. He wants to know, he's been holding on since 1 year. So what should be the ideal strategy here? Should he book out or continue to hold right now?
See, recently the up move has been pretty sharp, and then I'm expecting the up move to continue. So the ideal strategy here should be to trail your stop losses above the cost. I think the cost is around 109. So he should, continue to hold on. I'm expecting levels of 121 to 125 in the case of NBCC. However, he should trail his stop loss to 108, 109 to avoid any loss. So trail your stop losses at 109 and continue to hold for target of 121 to 125.
Okay, got that. So that's the view that's coming in. I hope this has also answered your question well. Next, we have Shubham Malik writing in on our YouTube again. He says, "Hi, good afternoon, Sakshi. Good afternoon to you, Shubham. Hope you're doing well." He says, "I'm from Bangalore and I want a view on Raymond Lifestyle at the current levels for the next 1 year." So the demerged entity, Raymond Lifestyle, is what he's focusing on. Today, there has been some uptick coming in on the stock as well. What's the 1 year view that you can share, and how is the technical placed at this point in time? Today, I think about 3.5% uptick can be seen on the stock already.
Yeah, see, in the case of Raymond Lifestyle, there are signs of a bottom formation and a trend reversal. However, that needs to be confirmed with a move of 1100, 1120 odd levels. So, as of now, there is no real hurry to buy in because the stock has witnessed a decent amount of correction and it's in the process of forming a bottom. So that bottom will be confirmed only a price move above 1100 to 1120 or level. So as of now, we should continue to hold for fresh entry. A sustainable move only above 1120. Thereafter, we should consider going long in the case of Raymond Lifestyle.
Okay, got that. I hope this has answered your question too. Let's take another question. Let's take some questions on our WhatsApp as well that are coming in from our viewers. Sandeep Kumar Thakur, he's from Deoghar in Jharkhand. He wants to know about Laurus Labs. He already has a position here, Jatin, 300 shares at the rate of 600 is what he has. But the question is that he has a short term view on Laurus Labs. So what is the target that he can really expect in the short term? Currently it is at 594. He already bought at a higher level of 600. Do you think his price can be seen in the short term, and what strategy should he follow?
Yeah, so first of all, if it's for a short term, say a week or two, then you should continue to hold. And what I'm suggesting is that keep a stop loss of 585. So that's around 2% down move from current levels, because if that is reached on the downside, then the stock can slip towards the next support zone, which is placed at 553. So considering his holding period is pretty short, so that is why a tight stop loss of 585 should be maintained. If 585 is held on, then I am expecting 620 to even 630 on the upside. So continue to hold with a trailing stop loss of 585 for target of 620 to 625.
Okay, fair point. Got that as well. Let's look at some other questions that are coming in from our viewers. We have Arvind Kumar now writing in. He says, I'm holding Irida shares, 1000 shares at the rate of 218. What's the outlook that you can share on this one? Now on Irida, it's interesting because after the IPO there was a substantial surge on this one. But after that, we've seen a long haul of consolidation play out, and the stock has also come off its all time high levels quite a bit. At 170, what is the strategy that you would advise? Because the purchase level is at 218. What would you advise on IRIDA? Renewable energy theme is strong. The company is like funding a lot of projects, has a lot of market share in the renewable energy projects, loans as well, especially in the private sector that they give out. Earnings are coming in okay, but there is still a lot of momentum miss that we see on this one.
Yeah, so exactly pointed out, there are a lot of positives to take away from, but the price structure and the technical structure is not indicating an encouraging sign. It's facing multiple hurdles around 180, 185 odd levels. So every time it pops or bounces to that resistance zone, we have seen some selling pressure emerging. So considering his buy price is about 200, 210, I suppose. So I think he'll have to wait for some time for this level to reach. Meanwhile, what he should do, he should trail his stop loss to 155. So if 155 is breached on the downside, I am expecting levels of lower levels in the stock. So hold on as of now with a trailing stop loss of 155. If 180, 185 is breached or is sustaining above that, then we can expect a rally towards 200, 205. But as of now, it's a hold with a trailing stop loss at 155.
Okay, 200, 205 kind of levels can still be seen. So the advice is hold right now since you bought it above 218. Once the 200 hurdle is crossed, let's see and take a view again as to what your strategy should be, because right now it would mean that you are actually booking out on losses. So hold on is what the strategy is that's been recommending to you. Next we have Ankur Modi writing in, says, hi Sakshi, hope you're doing good. I'm very well, Ankur. Thank you for asking, and I hope the same for you too. He's from Jaipur and he wants a view on the healthcare space, especially KIMS, that's hospitals, and the other one is from the NBFC space, and that's Shriram Finance. So two stocks, completely different sectors, but wants to invest in the current levels and also for the long term. KIMS Hospitals, what is your strategy there? And Shriram Finance from the NBFC space.
Yeah, see, in the case of first Kims, Kims has been consolidating since last 4 weeks. It has now reached its support zone of 630, 600, where the 40 average is placed. And today we are witnessing buying interest from that support zone. So yeah, the structure is positive. The uptrend is intact. Since 4 weeks, it has been consolidating and thereafter witnessing buying interest. So I think Kims is a better opportunity over here. On the upside, 708 is the target area that we are expecting from a short-term perspective, and we should keep a stop loss of 620 for his trade in KIMS.
Okay, got that. Let's look at some other questions also coming in then. We have this question from Satya now. He says, good afternoon Sakshi, could you please ask a question on Dodla Dairies, and I want to know for fresh long by switching from Vadilal Industries. So he is already holding a position in Vadilal and he wants to switch to Dodla Dairy, which is at 1147 right now. Will it be a wise switch to make? We do not know any levels that you are holding Vadilal on. That information would have definitely helped us to give you a better idea, Satya, but since you're saying that you've already made up your mind to switch from Vadilal to Dodla, we'll try and understand how are the technicals of both these stocks placed at this point in time. Jatin, could you help us?
Yeah, see, in the case of Vadilal, there has been a sharp run-up in the recent last 3 to 4 months. It has almost doubled from 3,500 to 7,000. So it's a little logical that some partial profit booking is done at current levels. And also, if the investor wants to switch towards Dodla, then yes, he can definitely do that because the structure is still positive in the case of Dodla, and the risk reward ratio is also favorable for entry at current levels. So, in terms of levels, 1350 is the expected target area or the resistance area, and the support is placed around 1100. So, yes, can switch partial profit booking is advised in Vadilal, and yes, Dodla can be bought with a 1100 stop loss and target of 1350.
Okay, fair point. Let's look at another one then. This question is from our WhatsApp that we've got from one of our viewers. This is Dwarkadhish from Mumbai. He says, I want to know, Sakshi ji, the prospects of two stocks. One is Vascon Engineering, which I bought at 62 levels, 1000 shares that I have. And the other one is Network 18. I bought it at 75 rupees, 1000 shares again. Do you track both these stocks, Jatin? Vascon Engineering at 62. Let's look at the stock right now. It's at 48. So he's losing some money there. And Network 18, he bought it 75.
See, in the case of Vascon Engineering, the recent price up move has been pretty strong, and thereafter, since last 3 4 trading sessions, it has been consolidating. So, more or less, this consolidation is a brief pause in the overall uptrend. Now, we believe that this stock has potential to move towards 55 to even 50 or 58 odd levels. So, continue to hold on with a trailing stop loss was at 45 rupees. So 45 should be your stop loss, and on the upside 58 is the target area. Uh, for network uh, for network 18, I think the stock is still languishing at lower levels, and until and unless it sustains above 51 to 53 odd levels, I don't see the stock reversing its trend as of now. So avoid network 18, but continue to hold on to the other stock.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has answered both your questions there. Another WhatsApp query that we have is from Mohit from Ludhiana. He says, hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you also, Mohit. Hope you're doing well. He says, can I purchase Motherson Sumi wiring? At the current levels for the 3 years perspective as well. Let's actually look at Motherson Sumi wiring to really look at the share price and how it has really moved up in trade of late. We have been seeing, of course, some consolidation again. Today also the stock is down by about 1 odd percent. Let's look at the kind of stretch charts. Let's look at last 6 months, for instance, and let's see how the stock has moved up there. 9% lower. Last 1 year also we have seen consistent downward slope. On this one, when we look at the levels that we saw in June, they were somewhere to the tune that we saw of 70, 75 odd, and from that time it has been only lagging. 19% lower in the last 1 year. Jatin, any suggestion on this one? Do you think there are any signs of reversal on this one?
No, see, overall, I think the stock is still an underperformer. I think there are better opportunities in this wiring space, and I believe that if the investor wants to invest from a 3 year perspective, then I should wait for lower levels. I believe that the stock can slip down towards even 50 to 48 odd levels, and thereafter it can move up. So the structure is still negative from a larger term or a long term time frame chart. So my advice would be to avoid entering into Motherson Sumi wiring. But if there's a compulsion, then he should consider only on a dip towards 48 odd levels.
Okay, got that. I hope this has also helped you out. Let's look at some other questions coming in then. We have this question from one of our other viewers, Vinita Gupta. She says, hi Sakshi, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you also, Vinita. She says, I want to know about Adani stock, especially Adani Enterprises. She has a stock in this her portfolio. 2320 is the level at which she is holding. What should I do right now is her question. Have you been observing of late Adani Enterprises and the Adani Group shares, Jatin? What's the trend suggesting here?
Yeah, so overall, some of the Adani Group stocks are doing well recently. In particular, Adani Enterprise 2400 should be a trailing stop loss. She has bought it around 2320. So 2400 is the level where the 20-day average is placed. So if this up move has to continue, then it has to hold on to its 20-day average. So continue to hold as of now. On the upside, the hurdle that we are seeing is around 26, 2650. So as of now, continue to hold with a trailing stop loss of 2400 for target of 26 to 2625.
Okay. She also has one more question, and this is on Engineers India. Again, she has a position here at the rate of 242. Again, here she wants to know an outlook on this one as well. If you could help with the technical levels, any targets or stop losses that she has to keep in mind for Engineers India.
The resistance is placed at 211 to 212 odd levels. She should continue to hold with a trailing stop loss at 189 rupees, or even she can keep it at 191. So 191 should be the stop loss, and 211 should be the target area.
Okay, fair point. I hope, Vinita, this has answered your question well in terms of how you should be really looking forward. We have this question now coming in from Kamlesh Narkhere, and he wants to know about Salzer Electronics for the long term. किस लेवल पर यहाँ बाय करना चाहिए ये आपसे जानना चाह रहे हैं. Salzer Electronics इनका सवाल है, और अगर हम इसके चार्ट प्राइस को देखें तो अभी आपको 1030 के लेवल्स पर ये स्टॉक दिखेगा. पिछले एक महीने में अगर हम देखें तो स्टॉक में 5% तक की वीकनेस आई है. 6 मंथ्स में ये साइडवेज रहा है. पिछले एक साल में भी अगर हम देखें तो अपने ऑल टाइम पीक से, पिछले साल के 52 वीक पीक से 1462 से ये काफ़ी नीचे आ चुका है. 1030 पर ट्रेड कर रहा है. लेकिन क्या अभी एक रिवर्सल का ट्रेंड बन रहा है यहाँ पर? क्या खरीदारी की सलाह बनेगी यहाँ सैल्सर में?
हमें लगता है कि अगर जो उनके पास है तो उन्हें एग्जिट कर लेना चाहिए. अगर जो थोड़े लंबे समय के चार्ट्स देखूं, वीकली चार्ट देखूं, तो इसमें एक हेड एंड शोल्डर्स पैटर्न फॉर्म हो रहा है. तो अगर जो 900 के नीचे ये स्लिप होता है तो हमें लगता है कि ये स्टॉक में एक डीप करेक्शन आ सकता है. तो अगर जो बाय नहीं किया है तो मैं फ्रेश एंट्री की सलाह बिल्कुल नहीं दूंगा. अगर जो इनके पास ऑलरेडी है तो करंट स्तरों पे एग्जिट करें.
ठीक है, एग्जिट कर लें. अभी कहीं पर भी स्टार्ट स्ट्रक्चर में आपको पॉजिटिविटी नहीं नजर आ रही है, लेकिन अगर खरीदने की सोच रहे हैं तो बिल्कुल अवॉइड करने की सलाह है यहाँ पर. कमलेश जी, सैल्जर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स आपको नहीं छूना. जो दूसरा ऑप्शन इन्होंने दिया था वो शिल्चर टेक्नोलॉजीज का. शिल्चर टेक्नोलॉजी 7175 के भाव पर अभी चल रहा है, और ये पिछले एक साल में तकरीबन 40% तक बढ़ चुका है. बावजूद इसके कि काफ़ी चॉपीनेस रही है स्टॉक में, लेकिन अगर हम देखें तो पिछले एक साल में ये पीक हुआ था ऑलमोस्ट. अगर हम देखें तो लेवल्स जहां पर आए थे 8451 के लेवल्स पे, ये जनवरी में पीक हुआ था. उसके बाद भी वीकनेस आई, लेकिन एक बार फिर से रिबाउंड हुआ 7 अप्रैल के बाद, जब ये 4400 के लेवल्स के आसपास से वापस से रिबाउंड हुआ है. शिल्चर टेक्नोलॉजीज, क्या आपको लगता है कि अभी ये तेज़ी बरकरार रहेगी, वापस से पीक 8400 के आसपास के लेवल्स को छू सकता है क्या?
Ma'am, I need the spelling for this stock.
ओके, सो शिल्चर टेक आपको मिलेगा. मैं इसका कोड नेम भी आपके लिए ढूंढ देती हूँ. इन द मीन वाइल बीएससी पर 531201 के नाम पर नंबर पर आपको मिलेगा. ये शिल्चर इज SHILCHAR, शिल्चर टेक.
Okay, Silchar Technologies.
जी.
या सी ओवरऑल दिस स्टॉक हमें लगता है कि ये स्टॉक अभी फिलहाल अप ट्रेंड में है. इसका जो क्रूशियल सपोर्ट लेवल है वो 6820, 6800 के आसपास आ रहा है. तो अगर जो उनके पास ऑलरेडी है तो कंटिन्यू टू होल्ड करें. ऊपर में जो रेजिस्टेंस एरिया बन रहा है ये स्टॉक का अराउंड 7900 से 8000 के लेवल में आ रहा है. तो
ठीक है,
कंटिन्यू टू होल्ड, मुझे लगता है होल्ड करना चाहिए 6700 के स्टॉक को.
ठीक ठीक है, उम्मीद करते हैं यहाँ पर भी आपको राय मिल गई है। दोनों ही स्टॉक्स पर जो आपने राय मांगी है, कमलेश जी आपको राय मिल चुकी है। स्पेशली क्लियर व्यू था सेल्जर को लेकर कि बिल्कुल आपको अवॉइड करना है अगर आप फ्रेश परचेज की यहाँ पर सोच रहे हैं। अगर एग्जिस्टिंग है तो एग्जिट कर जाएं, ये भी सलाह आपको दी गई है। अरविंद कुमार नेक्स्ट हमसे पूछ रहे हैं, टीटागढ़ के शेयर्स हैं इनके पास कुछ 1575 के भाव पर, शुड आई कंटिन्यू टू होल्ड, इज इज क्वेश्चन। अब बीच में हमने देखा था रेलवे स्टॉक्स में भी कुछ उछाल आ रहा था एक बार जतिन, लेकिन ये सस्टेनेबल मूव तो नहीं दिखा। टीटागढ़ को देखते हुए क्या लगता है आपको?
टीटागढ़ में हमें लगता है कि करंट स्तरों से होल्ड डेफिनेटली करने की सलाह रहेगी, और अगर जो उनके पास कैपिटल अवेलेबल है तो करंट स्तरों पे थोड़ा एवरेजिंग भी कर सकते हैं। हमें लगता है कि ये जो रेलवे स्टॉक्स में अच्छा खासा डिक्लाइन हमें देखने मिला है, उसमें कहीं ना कहीं एक लंबे समय के लिए कुछ बॉटम फॉर्मेशन के साइंस हमें दिख रहे हैं सम ऑफ द रेलवे स्टॉक्स में। तो कहीं ना कहीं डाउनसाइड बहुत ही लिमिटेड लग रही है करंट स्तरों से। इसके लिए मैं एवरेजिंग की भी सलाह दूंगा, कंसिडरिंग कि उनका बाइंग प्राइस 1500 के आसपास है और अभी स्टॉक 900 के आसपास ट्रेड कर रहा है। तो कंसिडर एवरेजिंग एट करंट लेवल्स एंड कंटिन्यू टू होल्ड। हमें लगता है कि ऊपर में ये स्टॉक 1050 से लेके 1125 तक भी एक अपमूव दिखा सकता है आने वाले ट्रेडिंग सेशंस में। और इसमें एक ट्रेलिंग स्टॉप लॉस रखने की सलाह रहेगी। 840 का एक ट्रेलिंग स्टॉप लॉस रखने की सलाह रहेगी, और थोड़ा एवरेजिंग भी करें।
सवालों के सिलसिले को दोबारा से एक बार शुरू करेंगे, लेकिन उससे पहले बाजार में क्या हो रहा है, क्या अपडेट है, एक बार नज़र डाल लेते हैं और जतिन जी से पूछ लेते हैं कहाँ पर वो फोकस रखे हुए हैं इस बाजार में। ओवरऑल मार्केट्स पर तो उन्होंने राय दी थी, अभी भी 0.25% तक का जंप अभी आपको मिल रहा है तो बाजार में, लेकिन वॉलेटिलिटी काफ़ी ज़्यादा है इस वक्त। इंडिया विक्स जो है 2.2% ऊपर है 17.7 के लेवल पर। रियल्टी, फार्मा, ऑटो, एफएमसीजी, आईटी और कुछ फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज और ब्रॉडर मार्केट्स में तेज़ी बनी हुई है, लेकिन कंज्यूमर ड्यूरेबल्स आज नीचे हैं, प्राइवेट बैंक्स, पीएसयू बैंक्स दोनों नीचे हैं। निफ्टी बैंक इसकी वजह से 0.1% फॉल में है। स्मॉल कैप्स में भी गिरावट देखने को मिल रही है वीजा वी मिड कैप्स, और अगर आप ऑयल एंड गैस में भी देखेंगे तो कुछ प्रॉफिट्स यहाँ पर भी दिए जा रहे हैं। अगर आप निफ्टी पर देखेंगे तो बीईएल लगातार तेजी में बना हुआ है। रिमेंबर अर्निंग्स केम इन एंड आफ्टर दैट वी हैव बीन सीइंग अ मूव ऑन द पॉजिटिव साइड. Pharma stocks also have been in momentum for the last couple of sessions, and which is why we've been focusing on this new theme that we are tracking. We'll discuss with Jatin also. Jatin, how about the pharma space particularly? What are you observing here?
Yeah, see, in the case of pharma, I think there is a scope for some of the stocks like Aurobindo Pharma, Dr. Reddy's to give a strong up move. Today, in particular, the pharma has been positive. We saw a breakout from Dr. Reddy's during the first hour of the trading session. Thereafter, it has cooled off a bit, but I think the structure is still positive over there. Apart from that, Aurobindo Pharma has formed a bullish flag pattern. I'm expecting a breakout in the case of Aurobindo Pharma. Overall, our outlook for pharma is bullish. Preferred picks from a trading perspective would be Aurobindo Pharma with a stop loss at 1187 for target of 1260.
Okay, fair point. Hopefully, this has also helped you out in understanding the key strategy there. Jatin, we'll thank you then on that note for being with us on this special edition and sharing with us all your strategies, answering all the questions of our viewers as well. Appreciate you being with us. Thank you so much. We'll see you
Thank,
soon.
thank you so much.
All right, viewers, we'll jump into the second segment now. We now have with us another guest who's going to be answering your queries. Mr. Raj Vyas, Vice President Research at Tezi Mandi, is now joining in on the program. Raj, welcome. Good afternoon to you. स्ट्रैटेजी बताइए, निफ्टी बैंक पर अभी आप क्या कर रहे हैं, और ख़ास तौर पर अभी इस समय बाज़ार में आपको कहाँ पर थोड़ा सेफर बाइंग नज़र आ रही है, क्योंकि बाज़ार में बहुत वॉलेटिलिटी है, एक दिन तेज़ी है, एक दिन मंदी नज़र आ रही है, और एफआईएस की तरफ से भी बहुत ज़्यादा इरेटिक मूव्स नज़र आ रहे हैं। कल 10,000 करोड़ की सेल ऑफ हमने देखी, आज तेज़ी आ रही तो हो सकता है आज कुछ बाइंग नज़र आ जाए। तो ऐसे में अभी कौन से सेक्टर में आप बने हुए हैं, किस तरीके से स्ट्रैटेजीज बना रहे हैं?
सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल गुड आफ्टरनून एंड थैंक्स फॉर हैविंग मी ऑन शो। सो अगर आप देखोगे तो पिछले 10 सालों में मई का जो मंथ है वो एक्चुअली एक प्रॉफिट बुकिंग का एक मंथ गिना जाता है। और आउट ऑफ 10 ईयर्स अगर हम देखेंगे तो 7 ईयर्स में मई मंथ में एक प्रॉफिट बुकिंग हमें देखने को मिली थी। और ये सेम सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशन हमें अप्रैल के मंथ में भी देखने को मिला था, जहाँ पे हमने एक अच्छी रैली देखी थी। तो हमारा मानना ये है कि 2 मंथ के एक अच्छे रैली के बाद, और हमने पिछले 1 मंथ में भी देखा है कि निफ्टी इज अप मोर देन 2%। सो एक हम साइड बेस कंसोलिडेशन एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं, और ये हमने पिछले 3 डेज में भी देखा था कि निफ्टी काफी कंसोलिडेट हो रहा था 120 to 150 पॉइंट्स के रेंज में। और कल का एक डे ऐसा था जहाँ पे बहुत सारे मतलब अक्रॉस सेक्टर्स हमें रेड स्क्रीन देखने को मिला था। और ये टिपिकली जब हम प्री एक्सपायरी वीक के तरफ जाते हैं तब ये एक नॉर्मल सिनेरियो जहाँ पे हमें एक ऐसा वोलेटाइल सेशन देखने को मिलता है। और अगर हम टेक्निकली वाइज देखें तो 24,600 से लेकर 24,700 स्ट्रॉन्ग सपोर्ट है इन द नियर टर्म। और अगर हम थोड़ा और लंबा होराइजन देखें तो 23,800 से लेकर 24,000 इज वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग सपोर्ट फॉर द निफ्टी। तो जब तक ये लेवल्स निफ्टी ब्रेक नहीं करते तब तक हमारी स्ट्रेटेजी मार्केट में बाय ऑन डिप्स और पॉजिटिव ही है। अगर हम वैल्यूएशंस की बात करें तो वैल्यूएशन अगर हम 10 ईयर का एवरेज ले, लॉन्ग टर्म पीरियड एवरेज, तो निफ्टी अभी अपने एवरेज जो 23.5 टाइम्स है उसके नीचे ट्रेड कर रहा है, 22.1 टाइम्स के करीब। तो वैल्यूएशन वाइज भी हम कंफर्टेबल लेवल्स पे है। मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक स्टैंड पॉइंट से अगर हम देखें तो इन्फ्लेशन 6 ईयर्स के लो लेवल पर है। क्रूड गोल्ड रिजर्व्स भी ऑल टाइम हाई पर है। ब्रेंट क्रूड ऑयल 63-65 पर बैरल के करीब ट्रेड कर रहा है। तो ऑल मैक्रो पर्सपेक्टिव से लेके माइक्रो पर्सपेक्टिव सब एक बुलिश स्टैंड दिखा रहा है फॉर द मार्केट्स। तो अभी के लिए जो अप्रोच है हमारा, वी आर बेसिकली फॉलोइंग द डोमेस्टिक थीम्स, बिकॉज प्रेसिडेंट ट्रम्प की तरफ से हमें एक 90 डे का पॉज मिल गया है अक्रॉस ग्लोबल इकोनॉमीज, एंड एवरी ईच एंड एवरी कंट्री उनके साथ नेगोशिएट करने के लिए बातचीत कर रहा है। बट अगले 90 डेज के बाद क्या होगा ये किसी को नहीं पता है। सो हमारी स्ट्रेटेजी अभी यही है कि हम डोमेस्टिक फेसिंग थीम्स पे फोकस कर रहे हैं जो लेस एक्सपोज है इंटरनेशनल मार्केट्स में क्या हो रहा है उसकी वजह से। तो हम मार्केट में भी पॉजिटिव है, बाय ऑन डिप्स की स्ट्रेटेजी अपना रहे हैं जो मैंने लेवल्स आपको बताया है, और डोमेस्टिक थीम्स पर भी फोकस कर रहे हैं।
बहुत सारे हमारे पास सवाल आ रहे हैं राज, तो एक एक करके हमारे सभी व्यूअर्स के क्वेश्चंस लेंगे और उम्मीद करते हैं मैक्सिमम क्वेश्चंस हम ले पाएँ आज। सबसे पहला सवाल हमारे पास मौर्या का है, ये बेंगलुरु से है और ये आउटलुक जानना चाहते हैं कमिंस इंडिया पर। व्हाट लेवल्स कैन इट बी एक्सपेक्टेड बाय द एंड ऑफ मे सीरीज, मतलब एक हफ्ते के आसपास, यानी कि शॉर्ट टर्म व्यूअर है ये और शॉर्ट टर्म ट्रेडर हैं। तो कमिंस इंडिया और मे सीरीज के अंत तक क्या लेवल्स देखने को मिल सकते हैं कमिंस पर?
तो कमेंस इंडिया अगर हम देखेंगे तो चार्ट पे वो द स्टॉक हैज मेड हायर हाइज एंड हायर लोज इन द पास्ट फ्यू सेशंस। तो जो 12 मई का जो उन्होंने लो बनाया था 2695 का, अगर वहां से हम देखें तो स्टॉक ने काफी हद तक हायर हाइज हायर लोज बना के रखा है, जो काफी पॉजिटिव है फ्रॉम अ नियर टर्म पर्सपेक्टिव। और अगर हम RSI उसका देखेंगे तो दैट इज ऑल्सो शोइंग अ पॉजिटिव डाइवर्जेंस एंड दैट इज ऑल्सो इंक्रीजिंग। तो दैट इज अ पॉजिटिव साइन, अगर वो हम देख सकते हैं। अगर हम ये मूविंग एवरेजेस की बात करें तो द स्टॉक इज ट्रेडिंग अबव इट्स 40 EMA, 100 EMA के उसने आज एक सपोर्ट लिया है 2991 के करीब। तो वहां से ऊपर वो स्टॉक चलना चाहिए तो और अच्छी हमें रैली देखने को मिल सकती है। बाकी फर्स्ट अगर ये 100 डे मूविंग एवरेज के ऊपर क्लोज करेगा तभी हमें एक फ्रेश रैली देखने को मिल सकती है। अभी होल्ड रखे, अगर जिनके पास है फ्रेश एंट्री आप जो 3060 के जो लेवल्स है वो क्रॉस होने के बाद एक ले सकते हैं, क्योंकि एक वो एक नियर टर्म का एक ब्रेकआउट इंडिकेट करता है 3060 के और लेवल्स पे। तो अगर आप अभी ये स्टॉक पे इन्वेस्टेड हो तो आप मेरी सलाह ये रहेगी कि आप ये स्टॉक पे आप होल्ड कर सकते हो।
ओके, गॉट दैट। एक सवाल हमारे पास आया है नए आईपीओ के ऊपर, अवधेश ठाकुर का। बेलराइज इंडस्ट्रीज आईपीओ, शुड आई अप्लाई और नॉट? वेल, definitely we'll help you out because we've been covering this on our channel as well. Remember, the company has already raised 645 crores from the anchor investors. Today is the day one of Belrise IPO. Here we do know and understand that this is an auto component manufacturing company, and the price is very attractive, 85 to 90 rupees per share, and that's that's why more and more investors and retail investors are looking at it, especially because the company is looking to raise 2150 odd crore rupees, entirely a fresh issue. So the money is going completely to the company, although most of it will also be used to reduce the debt of the company as well. So that's something that we are looking at. We also do know that the company's allotment is expected to be finalized Monday, that's May 26, and the listing tentatively set at May 28 for now. And for the investors looking to apply for it, minimum of 166 shares is what you can apply for. And what we've also seen is that ICICI Direct Research has a subscribe rating. They believe the company has grown double digits in the past, and with an introduction of new products, it aims for a similar growth trajectory going forward as well. They also believe with the bulk of exposure in the two-wheeler space, near-term prospects at Belrise also look promising, coupled with the premiumization led content and vehicle increase play as well. So that's what ICICI Direct has maintained. We have Choice Equity Broking also saying a subscribe rating. Anand Rathi has given rating of subscribe for the long term. Arihant Capital Markets has also got a subscribe rating, and Smiths has also got a subscribe rating. So at least 5 brokerage houses that we spoke to have given a subscribe rating on that front. Let's ask, Raj, have you looked at this one at all, Belrise IPO?
So at our firm, typically we don't advise IPO kind of a thing to our investors because we are focusing on our this retail portfolios. But looking at the IPO that I have gone through, so the company is one of the leading automotive component in the manufacturing space, and it also has a 24% market share in the two-wheeler segment. You have also mentioned that. And in the past, we have seen that the top line performance of the company is very much encouraging. It has also given a 10% of dividend for FY23 or FY24, and the management expects to follow a dividend policy framework once it gets listed as well. And if we see, they have also made a recent acquisition with H1 and plans to have three new plants in the coming period as well that will significantly boost its earnings going forward as well. And the management is also focusing on clearing its debt of 1600 crore. That will also save much of its interest payments in terms of margins. And I guess once the company gets listed, and I guess one of the main important factor that we are looking is that they are getting regular and repeated orders from their customers, which is a very positive sign. So like seeing the market scenario right now and the stock coming out with its IPO, the advice will be that it can be bought for a listing gain purpose. Once you are exiting post the listing gain, then see for a few days how the stock pans out, because typically for the next few days stocks gets adjusted for depending on the its issue price and listing price, and then we'll take a fresh call from there.
Okay, got that. I hope this has answered your question. For those who are looking at the IPO opportunities, Belrise is open today, and I hope this view also helps you out. Next, we have question from Chandan P. Jain. He says, I want to know about Dixon Technologies. Should I buy at the current market price or wait for now? I'm from Karnataka. Chandan, will definitely help you out on that. Raj, today the earnings reaction came in. Earnings reaction was rather on a weaker side. In the morning itself, the stock had slipped by about 7%. It's moved up a little bit, but still is down by about 5.5%. What's the suggestion there? Earnings were okay, and we also saw brokerage houses penciling in higher targets of even 19,000. But the stock reaction has been pretty much on the lower end. Concerns on valuations maybe? And what's your suggestion for those looking at Dixon at the current levels to buy afresh?
Right. So if you see the numbers of Dixon Tech, so it was pretty much in line with the consensus estimates and as per the Bloomberg estimates as well. So there was no sharp negativity in terms of numbers. And if we see what the management has said, then clearly for FY26, the management is guiding for a 40 to 45% revenue growth with a 20 to 25 basis point expansion in the margins. And if we see, they are targeting export revenue of close to 9,000 crore as compared to 1,700 crore on a YOY basis. And if we see the smartphone volumes, like typically, so for FY25, it was roughly around 27 to 28 millions. For FY26, the management is expecting around 43 to 44 millions. So it's a significant jump in terms of volumes. And for FY27 as well, the management is expecting around 60 to 65 times, 60 to 65 millions. So overall, what the management has guided is very much positive. The numbers were also pretty much in line. And if someone wants to have a fresh entry, then with the stop loss of 15,000, one can have buy at current levels for a target of 18,876 that I am looking at currently based on the technical parameters. And I've also seen the volumes have also been increasing significantly. So with a stop loss of 15,000 currently, a user can buy for a target of 18,870 odd levels.
Okay, got that. Let's take a few more questions coming in. First one, this one is from Sulochna Raju. Sulochna says, Hi Sakshi, I have 100 shares of Sonata Software at 700. I want to know whether I can continue to hold them or should I sell them at the current levels as well. Sonata Software, on Raj, if you would please help on this one. 700 is the purchase level, so she's actually been holding it for a long painful time because the stock is now down at 391. She wants to know whether still it is advisable to hold on or should she bite the bullet, maybe make a switch.
My suggestion would be, because I guess the stock price is pretty much at lowest, like it has been consolidating once it made a low of 300 odd levels. So my suggestion would be that if the person is willing to hold on, then she can hold on for a target of 450 to 470 odd levels. And once it reaches that level, then my suggestion would be to exit from Sonata Software, because I guess technically it looks quite like difficult, and it will take more time for the stock to reach these 700 odd levels, which is the buying of that user. So my suggestion would be to switch that stock with some of the domestic clean themes that will be very much interesting. So I guess. In terms of stock specific, I would suggest her to look into NBCC. Then we have Make Money Organics, that is into domestic themes, and Genesis International is also one company that is close to around today. It is up 4-5%, but she can view that stock as well. So it's better to play on the domestic themes currently, and the stock price of her is at the top level. So it will take very much longer period of time frame to reach those targets. So my suggestion would be to exit around 400 to 450 odd levels and switch to other stocks that I have recommended.
Okay, got that. I hope this has helped you out in understanding the right strategy there. Next, we have this question from Nikhil Das. He says, Hi Sakshi, good afternoon. Thank you so much to you and to your team for Daily Calls show. I want to know about two stocks, especially Tata Motors and Tata Power. For the next 3 to 4 years, is it the right time to invest in? Nikhil, thank you so much for all the appreciation. We hope that our guests are able to help you out with the right strategy on the investment front. And our endeavor is to get you the best of the advice from top market experts on the show as well. Now help us understand, Raj, if you will, Tata Motors versus Tata Power. Can it be invested in at the current levels for about 3 to 4 years perspective? What would you say?
So definitely, if the user is holding for 3 to 4 years perspective, so definitely Tata Motors is definitely a sure buy, and Tata Power as well is a sure buy for both the companies. See, Tata Motors, when the results were announced and post that, when the management commentary was a bit of a little bit cautious because of the international geopolitical tensions happening and because of the demand scenario. But we were of the view that if you look at domestically, then Tata Motors, the waiting period of the vehicles is very much a larger period, and the consumers are focusing on the higher end segment, where the company is focusing on EV modules and a higher end segment. So that is a positive take for as per our channel checks. And if you see recently, the trade negotiations between US and China are also a bit of easing. So majority of the revenue of JLR comes from China and European countries. So recently we have seen India, UK signing free trade agreement as well, and that is significantly going to boost the sales of Tata Motors because जो tax होता है, the tax rate on the cars will come down. So that will definitely give a boost to Tata Motors, and definitely it is a buy at current levels. Coming to Tata Power, so the company has came out with a good set of earnings. It has also beaten the market expectations as well. And when we listen to the management commentary as well, so they are clearly focusing on a renewable space, and that is something the theme going ahead as well. And that is something our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji is also focusing on the renewable side of segment. So I guess with the kind of order wins and with the kind of the MOUs that the company is signing with other players and other state this department, I guess Tata Motors and Tata Power are both buy for 3 to 4 years perspective.
Okay, fair point. Now, Raj, we have another question. This is from Namita Arora. She's from Pune and she wants you to help her with two stocks. One is Blue Star and the other one is Kaplan Point Laboratories. Are these good stocks for medium to long term? She wants to know, and whether she can enter at the current levels or should she wait? Kaplan Point and Blue Star.
So Blue Star is basically into your AC things, right?
Yes.
So the stock has despite having severe this summers that we are witnessing both in Bombay and across northern regions, we have seen the stock price rising from 1750 to 23 odd levels. Then again from 2300 odd levels, it has fallen to 1500, 1560 odd levels. So I guess on a technical front, the user can place a stop loss around 1490 levels for a target of 1797. That is one thing. And other was this Camlin, right?
Kaplan Point.
Okay, Kaplan.
Kaplan Point.
Yeah.
Let's look at the current price also
So
together. Yeah.
Kaplan Point is definitely into the this up trajectory, and the stock has been making higher highs and higher lows, which definitely indicates the upside trajectory for the stock. But I guess the stock is already up 5-6% in today's trade. So my advice would be let the stock cool down to 2020, 2030 odd levels. Then you can have a fresh entry for the stock.
Got that. Okay. Let's take some other questions coming in. Arun Kumar Gupta wants to know about REC shares. He has 800 shares at 477. He can hold for the next 1 to 2 years, and he wants to know what can you advise him at the current levels on REC, Rural Electrification Corporation. What would you say here?
Definitely. Yeah, so definitely he can continue buying REC because the stock, the numbers were pretty much good. The only concern was the management highlighted of prepayment, and that would lead to a decline in the AUM range from 15 to 17% to 11 to 13%. So that 11 to 13% of AUM guidance by the management had a negative impact on the street, and that is the thing we have seen the stock prices declining from those levels. But I guess the projects that the REC is doing, it is also teaming up with private players as well. And I guess the banks that give loans, it is around 20 to 25% that they have a cap. But REC can give further loans to the required persons as well. And with the kind of business segments, with the kind of results, and I guess on the technical parameters as well, the stock looks a definite buy at current levels.
Got that. I hope this has answered your question too. We'll just take maybe one last question on the show, and this one we'll try to take from one of our viewers on our WhatsApp as well, if there is any remaining that we haven't taken. Komal from Bangalore says, hi, I want to know whether I should buy Ratan India Enterprises at the current levels. If yes, then what kind of target should I look for? I am a short-term investor. I can only invest for 3 months. And the other one she's asked is Sky Gold. She already has a position here from the gems jewelry space at the rate of 320. So what's the outlook on this one? First is Ratan India Enterprises, a fresh view of investment for the next 3 months. Is it advisable? And Sky Gold, where she already has existing position.
So Ratan India, my advice would be like to wait for Ratan India because I guess the stock is like it has rallied from 37, 38 odd levels to currently 47, 48. So a significant jump that we are seeing, and the technical side as well. The charts are not showing like a further strength into the stock. Once it closes above this 50, then only we can have a near-term target of 54 odd levels. Till the time the stock doesn't close above 50, the stock is now expected to trade sideways only. Other stock, what was the other stock for the users?
So basically, yeah, so she's basically asking on, one is Ratan India Enterprises, the other one is from the gems and jewelry space. Sky Gold is what she
Sky
wants to know.
So I guess she already has a position in Sky Gold, and my advice would be that she can continue holding Sky Gold for I guess near term, because if you see the stock is in a narrow band of 280, 290 to 350, 350 odd levels. So my advice would be to remain invested, because once the stock passes 350, 55 odd levels, then it can have a further upside of 400 levels as well. And from I guess in the past, from the January period itself, in the past 3, 4 months that we have seen, it is in a narrow range band only. So my advice would be to continue holding Sky Gold for a target of 400 in the near term.
Got that. Well, Raj, we'll thank you on that note for being with us on this special edition and for patiently answering all the queries of our viewers as well. Thank you, viewers, for logging in with all your queries. Hopefully, our guests are guiding you well. Please do mention, the queries that are getting solved and getting you good benefits there as well. It will help all our viewers as well as all our guests to really form their answers in the similar fashion. So, we'll leave you at that on Daily Calls edition, but do stay tuned. There is a lot of updates on earnings conversations that you need to track right after, and I'll be joining you for the closing edition at 3 p.m. Stay tuned.